Hello, fellow heirs. Welcome to the second day of Weekday Wind Down with the Word. And today we will be reading Genesis 2 in the NLT version. And without any further ado, it reads, So the creation of heavens and the earth and everything in them was completed. On the seventh day, God had finished his work of creation, so he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because it was the day when he rested from all his work of creation. This is the account of the creation of the heavens and the earth, the man and the woman in Eden. When the Lord God made the earth and the heavens, neither wild plants nor grains were growing on the earth, for the Lord God had not sent rain to water the earth, and there were no people to cultivate the soil. Instead, springs come up from the ground and water all the land. Then the Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground. He breathed the breath of life into the man's nostril, and the man became a living person. Then the Lord planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he placed the man he had made. The Lord God made all sorts of trees grow up from the ground, trees that were beautiful and that produced delicious fruit. In the middle of the garden he placed the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. A river flowed from the land of Eden, watering the garden and then dividing into 4 branches. The first branch, called Pison, flowed around the entire land of Havilah, where gold is found. The gold of the land is exceptionally pure. Aromatic, resin, and onyx stone are also found there. The second branch, called the Gihon, flowed around the entire land of Cush. The third branch, called the Tigris, flowed east of the land of Ashur. The fourth branch is called the Euphrates. The Lord God placed a man in the Garden of Eden to tend and watch over it. But the Lord God warned him, You may freely eat of the fruit of every tree in the garden, except the tree of knowledge of good and evil. If you eat its fruit, you are sure to die. Then the Lord God said, It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper who is just right for him. So the Lord God formed from the ground all the wild animals and all the birds of the sky. He brought them to the man to see what he would call them. And the man chose a name for each one. He gave names to all the livestock, all the birds of the sky, and all the wild animals. But still, there was no helper just right for him. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. While the man slept, the Lord God took out one of the man's ribs and closed up the opening. And then the Lord God made a woman from the rib, and he brought her to the man. At last the man exclaimed, This one is bone from my bone and flesh from my flesh. She will be called woman because she was taken from man. This explains why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife, and the two are united into one. Now the man and his wife were both naked, but they felt no shame. And that concludes Genesis 2 in the NLT version. And again, I encourage you guys at this time to meditate on what was just read. Do you understand it? Is God trying to tell you something? Is there a lesson to be learned? Are there actions of the people that you should follow, or action of the people that you should not follow? Is God pleased with anything in this chapter that may help you to walk in that same mannerism so that you can please God? These are some of the things that's going through my mind right now. But another thing that I just thought about not too long ago is that God performed the first surgery on man when he opened Adam up and he took a rib from him. And then he created a whole woman. And that's just how awesome God is, that he can take one thing and create a whole functioning being from it, with cells and organs and blood and veins and heart and lungs, with different parts than the man. And so, but she works as the man, very similar to the man, but to add a blessing unto the man, to be his helpmate, to help him to do what God has created him to do, to help him be successful in what God has given him to do. So these are some of the things that I'm thinking about. You guys, please, please, please add your comments in the comments below. What is God saying to you? What your takeaway is from chapter 2. Let's dialogue. Okay? So I'm not going to keep you any longer. This was a very short one. Thank you guys for listening, and thank you for watching. You guys continue to be blessed. Bye.